Evening, fellas. Evening, lads. Live stream Tuesday night, Tuesday evening, 9 o'clock. We good to go. We get the lives in, we get the lads in, we have a chat about boxing, and everyone's happy. Just give me a sec and I'll make sure that this isn't muted both ways, or this is not on ting both ways, because that is a pain in the arse when that happens. So just bear with me there, 2 secs, guys. And we get a few people in here and we talk about boxing. Last few live streams I've done, they've been so long. They've been like an hour and a half, an hour and 40. So I'm going to try and keep this one about an hour. Just because we gotta talk about a few things. I rescored Lomachenko versus Teofimo. We're talking about Dave Allen. All right, I'm just going to bring it up. What happened to his original opponent? What happened to him? And yeah, we're going to have a chat about boxing. You know? Yeah, a Tuesday evening live chat. We get a few people in, and I think I have some of the cards on. That are set for the week. We're gonna see how they go. So let's just bear with us. Get a few people in. Okay, yeah, we got a few people in there now. Let's get going. All right, let's get going. Seeing someone in the chat. Yeah, it was Big Dan. Shout out, shout out. Hammer got the scam. He did. He has a flu. He's a little cold. And did you hear about what happened to us, Big Dan? The whole goddamn country is back in, house arrest. We are screwed. We are screwed. We are fucked. We really, truly are. But yeah, Hammer got the. Do you know what, right? I can't believe that, because that would have been a Hammer win. That would have been a Hammer win. He was the bookie's favorite. That would have been a Hammer win. I wonder if they just done that. I wonder if they put Hammer on the card just for the sake of it. Because, lads, let's look at this card, right? Seriously. I mean, I can't describe how bad it is. I honestly can't describe how bad this is. This is a pay-per-view card. It's fucking disgusting. Listen to this, lads, right? Usyk Chisora main event. I'm 32-9, and I think you, Dan, it might have been you who left a comment on one of my videos about that, saying a guy who fought Gashi, who fought Price, and who fought Spilkas on a pay-per-view. Man, look at that. 13-9, and he's fighting Usyk. Then on the undercard, we have Lee Selby versus George Cambrasso Jr. I've never liked I've watched a good few of Lee Selby's fights. Never rated the guy as a fighter. No offense to him, but he's not as good as people make him out to be. He's boring. The guy can't punch. He just keeps it long range. He boxes on the outside. He doesn't do anything, really. He doesn't do anything special. I think that's the best way to describe him. He does nothing special. He does the basics very well. He's a long-range sharpshooter. That's all he can do. All he does is jab. So no one's clamoring to watch Lee Selby fight. Right? He's one of the fighters. Got Tommy McCarthy versus Bala Laguna. I'm gonna roll with that. Probably wrong, but we'll roll with that. He's fighting for the European title. They're both fighting for that. I mean, fuck, man. That's on like one of those Matchroom US or European shows. That's not a fight I want to see. We're getting into the real sad parts of it now, lads. Savannah Marshall versus Hannah Rankin. Right, that was meant to happen on the Babich Kennedy card until Peter Fury caught a cold, basically. Had a case of the sniffles. And they had to reschedule that fight for now. So this is on a pay-per-view. Amy Timlin 4-0 versus Carly Skelly 3-0. I mean, lads, this is a pay-per-view. Like, they are asking us to pay for this card. Right? Seriously, lads. Right? And then we've Dave Allen versus 2B announced in a 10-rounder. Who is going to... Anyone in the chat, are you going to buy that? Are you going to buy this pay-per-view? Anyone going to buy it? Anyone seriously going to buy this pay-per-view? Because I'm stunned. I'm literally stunned that they're putting this crap on pay-per-view. I mean, there's one fight it's interesting. Like, that's a Sky Fight Night card, if ever I seen one. Fuck me, man. Like, and And you know what, right? They had an empty spot. They could have easily put that Savannah Marshall card on that Kieran Conway card at the end of November. Could have easily done that, but they decide no, we'll put that on a pay-per-view because everyone wants to see that. I mean, like, I don't know, lads. I don't know what to say, man. You'll buy the fight if we see Magomedov. Oh, man. You want to see, everyone wants to see Dave Allen get lit up and dropped. That's what we all want to see. That's what, man, the guy's annoying. I used to like him when he came out first. I kind of thought he was like, he's a bit of a goof, but kind of likable. Whereas now he's just a moan. Do you know one of these guys who was just like, yeah, I'm the victim. I'm this, man, it's just so fucking tedious with this guy. He's just, oh man, he's just annoying. But yeah, I'd watch that fight. I'd watch that. You paying for the pay per view? No way. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. No way you paying for that pay per view. Fuck that, man. I can't believe that's pay per view. Oh my god, lads. That is a pay per view card. That is absolutely fucking disgusting. It is supposed to be worthwhile watching. It is supposed to be something that you want to watch, and they put that on. That's going down as the worst card, pay per view card. That's going to flop like no other. That's going to be the worst card. JPK World, yes, G Man, shout out every time. The hashtag G Man's rocks. Yes, the hashtag G Man's rocks movement is in full force. It's in full effect, lads. It's in full effect. I wish I'd edited. I might actually still be able to because I want to add something to the title of this live stream. I'm actually thinking I might still be able to, even though I'm live, because I forgot there was one thing I wanted to add to this. I want to talk about a certain referee / judge, and if some of the guys in the chat, whoever we got to smash the like button whilst we're in here, because I'm seeing we're starting to get some people in the chat. But let's talk about boxing episode 17. We're gonna start with something. I knew there was something I wanted to add. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell it. Yeah. So we good. We good. Ah shit, it's too much. All right, no big deal. Here we go. Sorry, peeps. I'm just trying to change this stream up a bit. Change is saved. Okay, let's see how that looks. Just wanted to change because I don't actually want to. I'm talking about Dave Allen now, but there we go. Now it's better. Now it's Terry O'Connor should be banned from judging and Loma versus Tio. That's what we want to talk about. But we got the hashtag G-Man's Rocks movement going anyway. I don't know what the crack is with that now, man. It's a bit up in the air at this stage. It ain't good. It's a bit up in the air at this stage. God, it'll work out in the end. We all know. And we got another one in there. There you go. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Ain't nothing else first. Ain't nothing else first. You go to sixth form, so probably still have to calm because I ain't staying in. Man, it's tragic, bro. Dan, it's fucking shit. It's tragic, man. Oh man. It's nice seeing what's happening over there with the guys in like Manchester and Bolton, though. Where they're just refusing. I wish that would happen over here, but say la vie. They ain't gonna do that. Because people over here are flipping turkeys voting for Christmas. That's what they are. Oh, what can you do, man? What can you do? Hammer would have won. I think he would have as well. Man, I hope they... No, actually, I don't. Because they'll put it on a pay-per-view. I was going to say, I hope they reschedule that fight. Don't reschedule it. Because they'll put it on a goddamn pay-per-view. And then we'll have to boycott that pay-per-view. I really... Oh, man. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that this card's pay-per-view. It's fucking shite, lads. It's a shite card. It's you'd rather pay for a YouTube card. That's... Yeah, man. You have me versus... I'll name the guy. Right? He's a YouTuber. And please, for the love of God, no one check out his channel. He's a fool. and he's not a boxing analyst or anything like that, but I think his name was like Blind Boy or something like that. He's from Limerick. He's a fucking little weasel of a man, and he is one of those guys who thinks that a cold will lead to millions of deaths worldwide. So, obviously I don't like him. And I won't even take a purse. I will gladly box this guy in a charity fight, 4 rounds. No problem. But we need Howard Foster in there as the referee, because I will not stop until I have this motherfucker dead. So we'll need Howard Foster as a referee. But we can get that fight made if he wants to, because I'll gladly fight the motherfucker. Because G-Man's Rocks actually was like, oh, listen to this guy. And I told it before, I listened to him, my blood boiled. My blood was boiled listening to him. And this was back like in July. And he's like, and he talks like, yeah, you people, you're selfish. I mean, you don't wear a mask, you're selfish. You hug friends, you're selfish. You see friends, you're selfish. So many selfish people. He talks like that. And then he's talking about, I had insomnia thinking about Limerick, in 2008. How could they let things go? You just want to punch this guy. You just want to punch this guy, lads. It's fucked up. Anyway, going off on there. Sup, G-Man, you hear about WBC making a new weight division? Yeah, I did, man. That's for sanction fees. That's all it is. That's all it's for. It's for sanction fees. We don't need another division of boxing. It's just for sanction fees. That's all it's for. What does that mean for someone like Makabu? Is he cruiserweight champion or what is he? What happens to him? Because he's their cruiserweight champion. So what happens to Makabu? And in terms of, well, there's heavyweights out there. Like, what about if Usyk wanted to fight Tyson Fury? He'd have to put weight on because he's not technically a heavyweight now by the WBC rules. So I think that's stupid, man. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It's a bloody flipping stupid idea. It's just fucking ridiculous, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I just don't understand it, man. I just don't understand. And the problem is, right, WBC are starting that. Other sanctional bodies will follow suit because they'll look at that and be thinking, yeah, we'll get sanctioned fees too. We'll have some of that. 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 What else we doing here? IBF gonna order. Oh, oh, good Lord, no. Oh man, no, please. Lee Selby will get the head taken clean off his shoulders. No. Nah, man. Have you seen Lee Selby's brother? Man, that lad is he retired in like flipping. He retired in flipping June. And apparently he's got drug charges or something like that now, allegedly. Back from August or something like that. Oh, by the way, lads. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I've seen it on Twitter. It's not on BoxRec yet anyway. In fact, actually, I'm going to BoxRec it now and see. But guess who took an L, allegedly, the weekend? Yeah, guess who took an L the weekend? Allegedly. Has it been updated? Not yet. Still not been updated yet. But apparently, a certain Prince Patel took an L the weekend over a guy who was 10-1-2, and that one loss was to Prince Patel last year. Apparently, he took an L. So a little bit of news for you there, guys, if anyone hadn't heard it. Yeah, Prince Patel took an L, allegedly, because it's not been updated on Box, but on Twitter and a few other sites that, yeah, Prince Patel took an L, and he took it against someone he had already beaten. So, man, that is tragic. Haven't watched boxing in a bit due to family, etc. It happens, man. It happens. Dave Allen lose his last fight. He didn't. His last fight was against that flipping Dorian Darch guy, where they had the betting issues after it. So yeah, man, Dave Allen. Oh man, we got Intangible in the chat. Shout out to Intangible every single time. Imagine Teofimo. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Teo would knock the head clean off Lee Selby's shoulders all the way through, and the MSG facilities all the way in the Hudson. Man, man, Lee Selby versus Teo. Man, the head, his head would get lifted clean off his shoulders. That fight wouldn't even last 3 rounds because Lee Selby, they call him slick. He ain't slick. Man, that guy ain't slick. He's many things, but slick ain't one of them. He gets hit a lot. He gets hit a lot in his fights. Jesus Christ. Where was I? But oh yeah. I was answering this. What is this? Why can't Billy Joe fight December 19th? There are no fights that day. Why cross over Dubois and Joyce? I honestly, man, I could not tell you why they're doing that. I couldn't tell you. I've no idea. I've no idea why they're doing that. That seems like a good date because no one has that date yet. So that seems like a good date. I really couldn't tell you, man. I honestly couldn't tell you why. Never couldn't tell you why. They probably will do that. They probably say something like Billy Joe has injured or he tested positive for a cold, basically. And they might actually decide, yeah, his date was originally December 5th or November 28th. Now we're going to move it till this day. They'll probably do something like that. Because, yeah, it doesn't make any sense for Billy Joe to go out there with Dubois Joyce. Because even though Dubois Joyce's undercard might not be good, it's the main event people are interested in. The main event people are interested in. I think I saw Mark's name pop up in the chat there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Shout out to Mark. Terry O'Connor looks like the last man to leave the pub who never takes his hose hand off his glass. Oh, gee, man, that Terry O'Connor guy, he is turning to jelly. He looks like Mr. Blobby. He does a good impression of him. Mark is the guy I want to ask this question to. Mark, he knows it all. Now, I got it. I was hearing on the grapevine, and BoxRec's not updated yet, that a certain Prince Patel lost the weekend. Did you hear anything about that? Because he lost to a guy he'd already beaten. Seen it on Twitter. People announced it on Twitter that he lost, but I haven't. I can't find it on any articles, and BoxRec haven't announced it. Do you know? Because you are Mr. Boxing. You get the news before any of us. So that's a question to you. I was just interested. Prince Patel taking the L. Met Lee Selby when he boxed Eric Hunter. What the hell ever happened to Eric Hunter? He wasn't actually. He wasn't. He was useful enough actually in that fight. He wasn't the greatest, but I haven't heard anything since. But yeah. Oh, it was a draw. The fight was rescored to a draw. Fuck, man. Yeah, he fought that innocent Ervastus guy, and apparently he beat him in 2 rounds back in 2019, and the first round was 5 minutes basically. No, not 3 minutes. A 5-minute first round. I mean, that was just Prince Patel, man. So we got a draw. Well, that's not the first time he's got a lucky draw. I'm not to say I haven't watched it, but he got that lucky draw against that Juan in Ostras. Apparently he was down in that fight, but they didn't call it a knockdown. So he's been fortunate. He's been living on borrowed time, that guy. Sec there, I don't want to pop my phone on charge. Yeah, my man's been living on borrowed time. But lads, what are we talking? Who are we thinking? Mark, who are we thinking for Dave Allen? Who's his next opponent going to be? We saw who Dan suggested, and he paid for this fight. Makhmadov. I'm getting these names better. I'm getting better at these names, lads. You know, Alan wants the Lenroy rematch. Oh, Jesus. Lenroy Thomas versus Dave Allen 3. Man. No, man. That first fight was garbage. The second fight was going the same way. Really? They're actually going to try and do that? Really? Oh, man. I thought you were only joking when they said that. They're really going to try and do that? Lenroy Thomas at this stage? What a confident win for Dave Allen. Beat someone who beat you. They really going to try that? Jesus. Oh, man, I don't want that. 18 people in the chat. If you could, please, peeps, if you could smash the like button. We're getting there. We're 9 likes, so we're halfway to 18. I don't want to see that fight, man. I don't want to see any fight with Dave Allen unless he's in there with someone like, a Filip Hrgovic or Makhmadov. There, I got it out. Makhmadov. The name came back to me. Unless he's in there with someone like Makhmadov, Filip Hrgovic, someone who will absolutely take the head clean off his shoulders, then I don't really want to see him. You'd love to see McCann smash Patel in. Oh, Dennis McCann would run straight through Patel. Oh, he'd run straight through him, Dan. I was sad that we didn't get to see McCann on the last Frank Warren, on that Liam Williams undercard, because I was looking forward to that. I was really looking forward to seeing McCann. My money, he's one of the best in Britain in terms of prospects up and coming. He really is. It's a shame. Oliver Cronwell, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. What do you think of all the stuff that's going on in the UK? You ruled it at one stage. Selby's head would end up like yours. Dead. Dead. You died in the 1600s, didn't you, mate? So yeah, Selby's head wouldn't end up. Fucking hell. Some of these names, man, that I get in here, they're funny as fuck, man. But oh no, not either Fury, because I don't want to see him versus Huey. That's a snooze fest. That is, I wouldn't even cover the fight out of a protest. I wouldn't do a post fight review. I wouldn't do shit. I'd protest that fight through the hell and high water. I wouldn't even cover it. And Tyson Fury again, my man, don't. If it was not even if it was non-title, fuck that shit. Don't give him a shot at Tyson Fury anyway. He get battered from pillar to post, and you'll fight the KSI, the little prick. Yep, you can't stand them, man. At least KSI is a following. This motherfucker, I'll gladly 4 rounds exhibition. Gladly do it. Gladly do it. I know he's not a boxer, and he'll probably come out and be like, "I applaud violence," you know. I pass it. It's the negative. He's such a fucking little weasel. It's like the negativity, you know. I'm a negative at the negativity, and you know, it's haha, yeah. Andrew Selby has personal problems now. Another waste of talent. No, I never really rated Selby the highest. To be fair, you know, Andrew Selby looked okay, but yeah, I never really was. I was never convinced about him. Did I think he'd win a world title? Possibly at flyweight, possibly. Although flyweight's a very, very good division. But moving up, he was just going to have more and more trouble. So I never was convinced of Andrew Selby, to be fair. But it's sad that he's got these problems going on now. You know, it is. I think who was it? It might have been, I think it was on Twitter I seen it. And I forget, oh yeah, I think it was Josh Warrington he was calling out. And it was his own account. And he was saying he'll gladly take a fight against Josh Warrington if Josh Warrington could make super bantamweight. That was before all those personal things came out. So I'm assuming he was doing that under the influence of something. But I remember seeing that a couple of months ago, back maybe in the end of August or the end of July. So yeah, it's sad that he's got problems going on, but he was never a draw. Like, I mean, neither Selby's are a draw. It's amazing, really, when you think about it. You know, you have a Welsh world champion, and they can't, neither guy, like Lee Selby when he was IBF champion, he couldn't sell out a small hall in Cardiff, you know, much less anywhere else. He was always like the away fighter. Think about it, it's mad, right? He was the home fighter, but yeah, he would have been the away fighter in a lot of corners. It's mad. And he was world champion. And when before he went back to Eddie Hearn, his last fight with Eddie Hearn was against that Agago guy, and that was on Bellew Hay 1. And that was I think that was one of the YouTube like stream cards. So you have a world champion, and he's not even fighting he's not even fighting on the main card. He's fighting he was just, yeah, not good. Allen should have fought Wildly. That would have been a good fight. That would have been a very good fight, man. I wouldn't have mind seeing that, man. Fabio Wardley. I think he's back on the Dylan White card. 26 in the chat. There we go. There we go. Might even bring the old. See, I'm wary about bringing this in because it got real laggy last time. Real flipping laggy. So I prefer doing the little face-to-face and drink water at the same time. But I got real flipping laggy last time. I don't want that to happen again. So I might just keep it on for a little bit and then get it back off. But yeah, Wadley will probably fight someone on that card, on the Dylan White Povetkin card, which isn't shaping up to be a bad card, actually, guys. Truth be told, I think that was the issue I was having, actually. I was clicking off and clicking on again. Craig Billum Smith versus Dino Unum. That's a good, man. That's the card I'm paying for because I have a choice of 3, maybe 4 cards that I'm going to pay for. I'm only going to buy one. I'm only going to buy one, and that's the only card that I'm going to buy. That's the only card they're going to buy. And you're not sure if Selby beats Campy. He won't beat him. You know, I'm picking against him. Yeah, Hunter had boxing ability, but mental problems, I believe. Eric Hunter, you're talking about. I thought we were talking about Michael. He got DQ'd in a fight, did Eric Hunter. He got 2 DQs. But that's always a worry when you see fighter with more than 1 DQ on their record. It's always a kind of, what the hell is he doing? So it's always a worry when you see that. And when you see him with more than 1 DQ, it's like, that ain't good. That ain't good. I missed a few comments. Oh yeah, here we go. Frost, big up G man. Shout out every time Loma struggling against Lopez's size and power. Makes me think Usyk will do the same against the big opponents. Mm, I don't know. I don't know because at the end, yeah, the heavyweight, but you're going to naturally get that. But a lot of those see the skill of Lopez is another thing as well. Lopez is skilled. He's accurate. He's quick. He's good with his counters. So Lopez will be a hell of a lot. He's obviously pound for pound. He's obviously going to be better than a lot of these heavyweights in terms of just his own ability. So I don't know. Usyk might have problems moving forward at heavyweight. Yeah, I no doubt he will. But I think the fact that Usyk's going to be a lot faster than these guys, he's going to be able to throw a lot more punch. He's going to have a bigger work rate. I think that's going to give him an advantage where Lomachenko didn't. You know, it's sort of way, lads. Joe, shout out Joe, shout out every time. Dave Allen versus Terry O'Connor, but only if O'Connor could score the fight. Yeah. He'd scored 190 for Dave Allen probably. Well, he's an English, he's a matchroom fighter. You know, oh, that Terry O'Connor guy, right? You know, I seen that video where some people were saying it's a scorecard, and like, yeah, like it's kind of a little bit hard to tell which it is. I'll admit that, but if you want to take the phone thing out of the equation, the man is still scoring fights absolutely bizarrely. He's given all the UK fighters rounds he shouldn't be giving them. The man is incapable. He can't do his job. He can't flip and do his job. So, regardless whether he's on his phone or not, look at the scorecards he's producing. You know, people were fucking critical of CJ Ross and all that, and rightly so. Terry O'Connor is consistently doing it. CJ Ross was a shit judge, though. I think she was one of the judges who scored the Pacquiao Bradley fight per Bradley. So it shows. Confident McCann will be put on. Yeah, I think he will. Yeah. Good shout, Dan. Good shout. I think he will too. When I think about it like that, they really want to build this guy up, so they're going to be giving him some serious exposure. So I can see that myself. That's actually a good call. Oh, please, for the love of God, tell me that didn't just happen. Wait there, peeps. There we go. Oh, fuck me. I mean, this has just been a nightmare. Actually, I'm just going to pop that out there for a sec. This laptop of mine, right? If there's one thing I need, it's to upgrade that laptop, because this thing is just a fucking hunk of shit. It really is. I only use it for live streaming, but it's just so glitchy and laggy. It's just, oh man, it's a pain. I want to see. We got AAA. Keep up the good work. Shout out AAA. Big up every time. Yo, bro, how you been keeping? Today was a good day, but I've had better. And I don't want to say it was a bad day because I don't want to sound negative. It's the way I've been lately. I'm trying not to sound negative. It was a rough day, you know. Ireland's going back into house arrest, and just a few things in work kind of pissed me off a bit. Like, you know, just work things. You know, there's a lot of shit going on. We're hiring new people. We're doing a lot of. There's just a lot of shit going on, and you know, yeah. I really want a new job, but I really want a new job in the job, if you know what I mean, because I just want to swap departments. But there ain't any jobs at the minute in any of the other departments, so I gotta hold out. So I'm stuck where I am. But it's been really pissing me off lately. But we're talking about boxing. We're not talking about G Man's life outside of here, unless you want to bring up hashtag G Man's rocks, and then we might. But yeah, it's been like that. That got smash the like button. There you go, man. Shout out. Thank you. Smash the like button, peeps. I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. I hope you're good, man. That guy. I hope you're good. I hope you're good. We got Lance in here as well. G man. Every time. Every time, man. Yeah. The regulars are in the chat now. So we got the regulars. Oh yeah, someone's asking me this. G man, what does your name stand for? Okay. I don't mind. I don't mind telling people this story now. So, where I got the nickname G Man, right? Obviously, my last name starts with a G. All right. And I'll just let you know now, my first name doesn't. It's the last name that starts with a G, right? So, when I was in a boxing gym years ago, like 2014, it's my first amateur gym I was ever in. I'd only just started sparring, and they knew my name, they knew my full name. So what they did was they were like, calling me to the ring, and they called me to the ring. They were like, "You're having a spar," and one of the coaches just let it roar. He's like, "Oh, G-Man's going to get in the ring." And since then, it just kind of stuck around boxing. I only use it in like boxing. Some of the guys in like just like my normal friends would say, ever since they started doing YouTube, they started calling me, G-Man or G. They would call me G the odd time, but not that much. So that's where the G-Man name came from. Yeah, that's where the G-Man name came from. And in case anyone wants to know, last name, as I said, yeah, last name begins with a G. Most people know me first. Maybe I'll leave you. I'll leave you in the dark for a little bit. Maybe I'll leave you in the dark about that for a little bit, just for a bit, just for a bit. Maybe some other time I'll tell you what the first name is. Mark knows. A few people already know anyway. The UK has gotten better and worse. It took some power away from the. He's trolling with that. But robberies and boxing are piling up. Yeah, they fucking are, man. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit, but what can you do, man? What can you do, man? It's just until we get someone in to overlook all these things and to really like, I'd love to know. I'd love to get a judge, right, and just sit like just someone like Terry O'Connor, right, just so I could sit with them and just be like, right, no fucks given, no, like, none of this, right? No fucks given, no criticism, but watch like Lewis Ritson versus Vasquez back and just explain to me why you gave Lewis Ritson the round you did, just so I can get an understanding of what was going on in your head when you were looking at that at ringside, why you decided to give him those rounds. But that doesn't happen. They just take a bad scorecard and then they're just like, right, throw it away. It's like, why did you give him the like? Okay, you gave Miguel Vasquez 3 rounds. What about like this round that you gave to Ritson? Why did you give Ritson that round? Elaborate. Don't just say, oh, because of this. No, that's bullshit. Just elaborate why O'Connor had Patrick Ward by 4 as well. Yeah, I seen that. He was getting battered in that fight. That was bullshit. Man, that was fucking bullshit. Oh, that was bullshit. Not surprised. Unemployed. Too much stress, everyday life. Do you know, right? YouTube is actually. I'm not making a lot of money from YouTube. Fuck all. But it's growing. Every day I check my channel first thing in the morning because I have the app, the YT Studio app, which is a great app if you have a YouTube channel, by the way, because it's like your own little studio. And every day I see the analytics and I see the viewers go up, the subs go up, and the money slowly go up. It's only going up by a couple of quid a day, but I'm seeing it slowly creep up. It's in the hundreds now, which is good. So one day, man, one day. But yeah, I can't do unemployment. I can't do that. I don't have the luxury for that. But it's just little things in the job that are pissing me off. Like, little things. I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's fine. Just little things in the job that are pissing me off. I think me and my manager have been not seeing eye to eye a lot lately. And I mean, like, when I say we're not seeing eye to eye, she's just been doing things that have been pissing me off, and then they're not even telling me before she does it. And it's just like, for fuck's sake, like a little bit of respect. You could at least ask me before you do things or change things. Change my days in the office, which I didn't really mind, but it means I'm not on with you know who. So that pissed me off. But she never even asked me, was I okay with it? She just done it. She just rang me and done it. And then she told me some bullshit reason. And then I find out today that wasn't the reason at all. She just, yeah, it's bullshit. So I'm just like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave that job because I like the job, but I want to change departments if I can. If another opportunity comes up in another one, I'll be gonzo. Ideally, like marketing, like web marketing or something like that. Because that would suit me down to the ground, especially with YouTube and stuff like that. Loma took some massive shots, really showed how tough he is for a little man. Yeah, he did, to be fair. He took some good. You could hear the power and the bang of those shots, man. They were serious. But Lomachenko was worried about taking one too many of those shots. He was worried about taking one of those shots to the head, to the face, and wondering what might happen. Just give me a sec there, peeps. I'm sorry, I just want to answer a quick text because the phone was like, the phone is dead. I know, unprofessional. Phone on the job. If anyone wants to comment on that, phone on the job, unprofessional. I'm meant to be live streaming. I'm on my phone. Sue me. Sue me, as they say. Sue me. Whatever I think of G-Man, you always think of McClellan. I love McClellan. That's one thing I do. I love McClellan. I always love McClellan. And I'm in good company with that name. I am in good company with that name. I am in very good company with that name. Rob Black. Who is that guy? I don't know who that guy is, but it's a great name. Maybe he leaves people in suspense. You know, that guy, like and smash the like and subscribe. But that guy, man, he's an enigma. He's an enigma. I did see that. You hear Spence calling out Canelo. I was listening before I went live. I was listening to D. He's talking about that. He thinks it's cloud chasing. I think it is too. I mean, no, I like Spence. I really do. I love watching Errol Spence. I really, really do. But I think it's cloud chasing. I think he's cloud chasing, to be fair. And I don't think he's serious. Or if he is, he wants to get some serious money. I'm going to bring the camera off for a sec there. If he is, he just wants he wants a payday. I remember not years ago, I remember last year, I done a video because I saw Boxing Kingdom, which is like I think it's a UK. They do they're like a Twitter page, but they talk absolute shite. And I foolishly didn't know that at the time. So I bought into what they were saying. And they were saying that Spence was like looking for like, or Team Canelo were offering Spence 70 million to fight. It was complete BS. But yeah, I don't know, man. I look, I'd be picking Canelo to win that fight pretty handily. Pretty handily. Spence is good, but he's never fought at 160. I don't know if Canelo could even make that. Paul Butler wants a new way. Okay, so he wants to get knocked out. Look, if he wants to get knocked out, he wants to get knocked out. He's not ready for a new way. Paul Butler got battered by Zolani Tete a couple of years ago. I remember that fight. As I said, look, if he wants to get when fighters call these guys out, I always am like, right, well, why do you want to call these fighters out? If you want to get yourself knocked out, you know, dare to be great. But if you want to get yourself knocked out, go for it. Just don't complain to me when I say you're going to lose. You know, that's the one thing I always say. It's like if you want to take a fight, you know, that you really shouldn't, go for it. You know, go for it. But when you lose, and I say you're going to lose, don't fucking complain to me. You know, don't fucking complain to me. Where are we? Oh, really? Really? Lopez versus average 2.7 million. That's nearly 2.8. That's amazing. That's very good. That shows we need more boxing. This whole pay-per-view thing needs to go. Man, we don't need pay-per-views. We don't. I mean, get these guys out there and we will. Oh, man, you'll fix the problem. We need less pay-per-views. We do. We do. We fucking need less pay-per-views. Vermaelen needs a KO. If he wins 9-3, he'll lose a split decision. Yeah. I'm picking him to beat Conor Ben. I can't see Conor Ben winning this fight. I really can't. This is looking a good card. See, this is why I'm glad I'm going to pay for this one, because this is a card that deserves payment. Povetkin White, Billum Smith versus Jama, Conor Ben versus Sebastian Formella, Alan Babbage. He's probably going to fight Tom Little, and then we have room for 2 more fights. And hopefully we get some good fights. Hopefully the 2 fights are good. So I'm happy to pay for that fight. I really am. I'm happy as hell to pay for that fight. So no issues there. As I said, we're all tightening our belts. I'm just going to wipe that down. We're all tightening our belts. Well, I'm not. You know, I'm bringing it back in because I think it's okay now. I'm just worried about the thing not looking right. Yeah, we're all tightening our belts. I'm not, really. I'm still pretty lucky. I can still kind of, yeah, that's good. I'm still kind of lucky. I can still afford to spend a little bit, you know, which I'm lucky about. I'm happy about that, you know. I'm lucky. As much as I complain about the job, I'm lucky to have it. I still have that. I have YouTube, which is starting to, you know, give me a little bit of something at the end of every month, which is nice. But that's the one card I'm paying for, because that's worth paying for. This flipping Chisora White card, or not Chisora, this flipping Chisora Usyk card can go, and you know what? It ain't getting a dime of G-Man's money. It's going to be cracking. It's going to be cracking all the way, though. You all know what that means. Thing is, with the whole letting oversee for boxing is that people, yeah, yeah, people are always going to be corrupted. You're right there. I give you that. You're right. You know, that's why you need someone like Batman, incorruptible. But yeah, no, I get you there. I get you there. And everyone is corrupt. We know that. On your phone, you Terry O'Connor wannabe. Sue me. That's what they say. If you don't like it, sue me. I've been saying that like a lot lately. Been saying that a lot to people. I was saying that a lot. Actually, that was one thing about today that was actually quite fun. We had a like a conference call, and the first question was like, "What's happening with the office? Are we staying open or are we staying from home full time?" And they asked foolishly. They asked about what you think of you know what. And I wasn't even the one who started this debate. A girl I work with, she went in on it, and I was like, yes, and I'll join in happily. And of course, like some of the others were a bit like, oh, but we want to someone. And look, I mean, not to sound bad about her, you know, and people know that this is obviously someone. She's worried and she's scared and she wants to have Christmas. And I'm like, don't be scared. Fuck what others tell you. Think for yourself because you're listening to too many fuckers telling you this, that, and the other. And look, fact check things. You know, if people fact check things, they'd be a lot less afraid. So I was like that. That made me annoyed actually when she said that. Not because she said it, but because it's like you're buying into fucking fear and you don't need to, you know, giving into these little prats and listen to the people who know fucking dick tell you what you need to know. Toby, what's up? Salute G man in the chat. Big up every time, man. Big up. Shout out to you. I didn't catch that fight. I will actually now. I know Dale done a review of that. He said it was a good fight. I actually haven't catched that. I didn't catch any of the undercard fights on that. But I seen Dale's post fight review, he said it was a good fight, so I'm gonna have a look at it. You know about the Mirror Project? I've heard of it, Dan. I have, but I haven't researched it enough. I have to say. If you want to drop a link around into it in the chat, my mate Niall, I think Niall O'Connor, the boxer who I had in this chat last time, he I think told me about that, and I have to say I haven't researched it enough. I really haven't. I remember him telling me about that, giving me an idea for a podcast. I remember that all right. Big Dan, that guy, Lance, salute to all you guys. Saluting to Toby, that guy, man. We got some good guys in here. Everyone bigging up Toby. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. 27 in the chat. We're all good guys. G-Man, would you ever have a box match with another YouTuber? Oh, I covered this already in the chat, and I said yes, I would. And I would gladly, if anyone wants to show him this stream, I would gladly have I'll have a 4-6 rounder. It'll only go around. I'm telling you now, people, only go around. With that blind boy, you know, he's not a boxing YouTuber or anything like that. He makes podcasts and he talks about you know what, Mrs. Rona, and he is part of the problem. When we have fools like this, he's got like over 200k subs or something like that. We fools like this saying we're selfish if we don't wear you know what and if we don't do this. He is part of the problem, and I would love to have a boxing match with him. I would love to. I wouldn't want anything. Give me my fly gloves, and I will have a boxing match with him. It won't last a round. I am telling you now that is a walking pussy. He's even saying that we need, and I can talk about this. I remember seeing like an interview with him, and he was like, "We need feminists. They're so important. They're man bashing. You're a simp, motherfucker." Anyway, don't forget to smash the like and support the channel. There we go. Yes, I went off on a rant there. We're bringing it back. Sonny Edwards versus Jay Harris. Oh yeah, man, those Edwards boys, man. They are. They probably would like that guy I was just discussing. That those boys are. Jay Harris will win that. Jay Harris is a cool guy. He's big up to Jay Harris. Big up to Tony. You can't post it. Shit. I can Google it. Wait there a sec. I'll just bring the camera out. I think I know what this is. I think I researched it. Mirror Project. I'm pretty sure this is what Niall told me about. Um, yeah. Oh, oh, hell yeah! This is. Oh, I'm interested in this now. This is something else. We need to stop it, man. We need to stop the madness. That's all I got to say on that. We need to stop all this madness. We're never going to do it with people like that guy I talked about. I don't know if anyone actually has anyone ever seen the Bill Ryan interview from 2010? Because it's fascinating. If any of you guys ever seen it, it's flipping fascinating. You'd like that, Dan. Actually, Bill Ryan. I think he's dead now, but he gave an interview. Now, he gave the interview on February 2010, and the video was released, I think, in May or June of 2010. It's still there, still on YouTube. And I just got, I don't know what I got that for, but it's still there. And he's talking about you know what, and he's saying that it'll start in China, we'll have lockdowns and this, that, and the other. In 2010, he said he was told by a London Freemason in 2005 originally about it. And when I watched that video, I was like, no, no, man, you Dan say there, you need to have a look, man. You need to have a look at that. It's fucking crazy. And like he said, this is the words he used. He's like, China will catch a cold. And he's talking about lockdowns in 2010. And this is like dated. It's not like you can go and be like, oh yeah, but anyone could. It's dated 2010. It's failing though. It's failing. It's failing. Like the problem is, like I said, you have people like um herself who listens to everyone, and I don't think she listens to her own voice. I think like she's worried about this, worried about that, worried about all these things. It's like listen to yourself, listen to what is going on in your head, and actually do some fact checking. If you stop listening to all these experts who have these big platforms who talk nonsense, then maybe you'd be a bit less afraid. Listen to Ivor Cummins and the good work he's been doing, and he has a big platform. He's got like 130,000 subscribers, and he's been doing fantastic work. So listen to him, but don't listen to these fucking. Because I'm telling you now, and I don't know what goes on in her personal life, but I'm sure that some of those guys don't have her best interest if they're not looking at it. If she's still afraid and she's got people around her, I mean, they're either simps or they're monumental pussies. Buzzy, shout out, big up every time, man. Big up every time. We got Jake in here as well. Dan, what I'll do is I'll try and find the link to the actual one. And big damn, yeah, 100%, exactly. I'll try and find the link to the actual one. I might even try and do it in one of these tabs. I just know that whenever I go into a tab, it fucks up the camera. So I'll pop that off and I'll see if I can actually get you a link. But we'll keep talking about boxing. We keep talking about boxing. We got Pacquiao versus McGregor. Oh Jesus. I don't want to see that fight, man. I don't want to see that fight. Pacquiao would smash McGregor to pieces. He would smash McGregor to pieces. Wait there a sec. Bill Ryan, 2010. Project Avalon. That's it. Wait there a sec. I'm doing some work for Dan. Project Avalon. Where is it? There we go. I'll get this for you now. But yeah, McGregor and Ting. McGregor fighting someone like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is even more like he's even more aggressive than Conor McGregor. I don't want to see it. I think someone said, who was it who might have said that basically that they'll be in attendance, but the tickets would be something like £1,000,000, but you'd still watch. Oh man, I have to say I would. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I would still watch it. I see McGregor get the crap kick beaten out of him. Yeah, I'd still watch it. He get lit up like a Christmas tree. Like I can't lie, I would still definitely watch it, but I don't want to see it. It's just the retirement fight for Manny Pacquiao. It's just a little. There you go. Enjoy your retirement and be gone. And see if I can find this. Oh, there we go. And it's even the one from 2010. And wait there. I don't want to I don't know if this is muted or not. It is. Thank fuck for that. Because I was like, I don't want to get copyrighted. Wait there a sec. So Dan, this is for you. You can go and have a look at that. That's the actual 2010 one as well. So you can go and have a look at that when we finish up here if you want. Have you ever heard of supporting icons? You mean sporting icons? If it's sporting icons, then yeah, definitely. I've heard of him. If it's sporting icons, Dragon don't want to see that fight. No, no one really wants to see that fight. Big up to Dragon. There we go. Big up to Dragon. There we go. Yeah, like Jay Harris did well. Jay Harris done very well against Martinez. He showed like he put Charlie Edwards. Put it like this, right? Charlie Edwards and Sonny Edwards. They're both similar. Some say Sonny is better. He put Charlie Edwards to shame. He put Charlie Edwards to shame. Should Ritson fight? Or Ritson should fight O'Hara Davis. I don't see that fight going well for Ritson, man. I think Ritson would get lit up against O'Hara Davis, truth be told. It's just how I see it. It's just how I see it, man. I think you get lit up. Think you need a wretch to post a link. Might be wrong. I don't think you do. I don't know. To be honest with you, lads, I don't know how to actually do give you some wretch. I know I just posted it there for Dan, so he's more than welcome to go and watch that when he finishes. I think Dan, right, that's like an hour long. I think the Rona talk is about 12, 13 minutes in. I think that's when he starts talking about. Well, it obviously wasn't called Rona, but we all know what he's talking about. Jay Harris had a tougher time than expected in his last fight. He did actually. Potentially no crowd, stuff like that. This guy mentioning Mario Barras in Ritson's next fight. I wouldn't mind seeing him against Tank. But what did I say Tank for? Oh, OD, Jesus. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Yeah, Sonny, he's not a bad fighter. So those boys, and I say boys, they're both older than me, but they worry me. The way they are, man, they worry me. They really do. KSI versus G-Man or KSI versus Logan Paul with G-Man versus Blind Boy on the undercard. Yeah, it'd be over and around, man. I want to go in and take the guy's head clean off. Be over pretty quick, but yeah, put me and him on his undercard. I can't see the guy taking that. You know, not that he'd even watch any of these streams, to be fair, but I wouldn't see him taking it. Man, it'd be like, I trust that he was on about feminist, how we need feminists and all this jazz. So he likes getting bashed. John Fuller, it's hashtag G-Man's Rocks, but you can keep the G-Man's Rocks. So I'll take that. But it's hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Thoughts on Allen versus Hammer off? Well, I think Hammer would have won. Personally, but in thoughts of it being off, you know, it is what it is. Like, we'll probably get. They were talking about Lenroy Thomas. I think, was it Joe or someone popped that in the chat earlier, or might have been JPK. Someone popped that in the chat earlier that they were thinking of doing flipping. They were thinking of doing him versus Lenroy Thomas in the third fight. I really hope not. I've seen that fight. I want to see it again. So yeah, I would have. That card is a write-off. That card is a fundamental write-off. I ain't paying for it. No one should pay for it. It's a write-off, right? Bring the card back. It's a fucking write-off. It's a write-off. So no one should pay for it. I don't want to say. That was one fight that was interesting, and it would have been nice to see. But that's a write-off. It's a write-off. Do you think Mayweather will make a comeback? Nah, man. He ain't making a comeback. If he's making a comeback, he's fighting someone like Khabib or someone like that. But he ain't making a comeback. I missed some questions up here, and they were good. Simon, shout out to you, Simon. The conversation on O'Connor has to move past incompetence and onto corruption. He was the judge for the Fury McDermott fight, refereed the first Scotty Cardle versus Sean Dodd fight. It's like I said, man, if you are incompetent in any job to the level that Terry O'Connor is, you will be fired. You will be fired. You would not be kept on. You would never even get the second chance. Like, second chance maybe, but after the second chance is flustered, it wouldn't happen. It'd be gone. Sorry, people, I was just checking the text there. On the phone again. G-Man on the phone on the job. But it'd be gone. So the fact that he's still knocking around and he's still getting these opportunities, man, I'm just sick of it. You know? And at the end of the day, I think if the British Board of Boxing control, they won't. But if they made an example of Terry O'Connor and said, if you're incompetent, and if you give these absurd scorecards, if you fuck around with people, this is what you do. You work with people. I remember you commented on one of my videos saying that, Joe. Big up. And the whole thing's a nightmare. A lot of people suffer from drug and alcohol abuse, mental things, grim times. Are we talking about what's going on in the world? Because I know Andrew Selby we were talking about earlier, and he seems to have some issues with that as well. But yeah, no, it's not fun either way. Thankfully, I've never been a big drinker, thankfully. And I like not, I don't know, it's weird, but I don't like feeling drunk, if that makes sense. You know, it's weird. I don't like feeling drunk. I like the sober. I always find like your mind's a lot clearer. You can manifest things better. You can do a lot better when you're sober, you know, for a prolonged period of time. But I do like the odd drink. But I've never had a drug issue or anything like that. The only thing I'm addicted to is just going to the gym. That's the only thing I'm addicted to, lifting weights. That's all I'm addicted to at this minute. I can't do that now anymore either. Because it's fucking stupid fucking turkeys voting for Christmas. Do I think Lopez beat Lomachenko? Oh, hell yeah. I watched the fight back again, scored it the exact same way. Gave Lomachenko the second, gave him the 8th, gave him the 9th, gave him the 10th and the 11th, right? So 5 rounds, 5-7. When I watched the first, I actually gave Lomachenko 4 rounds. I thought the 10th round was kind of nip and tuck. But yeah, 5-7. That's fair. I don't think really. I can't make a case for Lomachenko winning the fight. You know, I really can't make a case for Lomachenko winning the fight. You know, for me, that's just a no-go. Lomachenko did not win the fight. I can't make a case for him, man. Can't make a case for Lomachenko winning that fight. Under no stretch of the imagination do I think Lomachenko won the fight. So that's what I got to say on that. Apologies if I was looking away there for a second. Just make sure the camera. I'm so paranoid because that camera really fucked up last time. So I'm paranoid about it going like that. Tom O'Connor, the UK comedian from the 80s, could do a better job than Terry. Rab C. Nesbitt, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Haven't had a drink once this year, so I can relate. Like, I've drank this year. I've had a few drinks, but even in normal years, I only really tend to drink on occasions. You know, I only really tend to drink on occasions. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. It's weird. Like, I don't know. I did have a few drinks like the end of August because keep it clean. I have a few drinks the end of August because me and someone, we all, when I say someone, we all know what I'm talking about. We were really on bad terms. I mean, really on bad terms. It was pissing me off. So I did have a few drinks, not as a coping, but just to kind of chill myself at the end of the day. But I think I went a bit overboard a couple of times where I got too many. And I was pretty quick to stop that. And we did patch things up, sort of. I haven't seen her in ages because of work and this. She does work with me, but it's not seeing her that drives me fucking crazy. It's annoying. Eddie, get your 20. Oh, man. Yeah, fuck me. We got 2 female fights. Savannah Marshall, she should have fought on Babbage Kennedy's card, but look, whatever you want to say about women's boxing, but like, they're not even in competitive fights. Why are you putting them on a pay-per-view? You know, would have been a better idea to put Rachel Ball versus Abine Bridges. Is that how you pronounce it? The maths teacher. That would have been at least Abine Bridges is a looker. Rachel Ball's not bad looking either, but at least we would have got those two. The maths teacher. I always hated my maths teacher in school. He was a fucking wanker. He used to call me stupid all the time. And like, I was never even bad in this class. I just wasn't good at maths. And he'd always be like, "You're stupid, aren't you, G?" Well, he didn't call me G, obviously. But he'd be like, "Yeah, you're not the cleverest, aren't you, G? Well, you might have to work. You'll have to work in your life and all this." He was a fucking wanker. I was only like 16. Like, what the fuck can you do? Selby recovered in Alcoholics under 6 months of having to engage with drug and alcohol. Really, the people in his position all the time. If you're motivated, you can help it. Man, I don't know. I don't know how, I suppose, circumstances and all that, but I've never had an addictive personality. Like, the only thing I'm addicted to is lifting weights basically and watching boxing. And I'm real simple, like, man. When it comes to like certain things in life, I like, boxing. I like Batman. If you haven't already told, I like watching Batman. I like playing his games, and obviously G-Man's rocks. See that as well. But that's it really. Other than that, I'm a happy guy. I'm not. I don't want much. I want the YouTube channel to do well as well, which is nice. And as I said, it has been. Between like the live streams doing well with like the chats and all that, and the videos doing well. Been making some nice. It's not anything to write home about, but it's been getting a nice little bit of money on the side. It's nice, been like nice little pocket money. Did I hear Charles Manson's being released from prison soon? No, Jesus, man, no. Don't know if you could do that. If it was Ritz and Vasquez, Marshall Wankin going to be on, not Babbage Kennedy. It was Ritz and Vasquez. Marshall was going to be on, not Kennedy. Was they were meant to be on? No, I thought Niall Kennedy was always meant to be on that card. No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I read it wrong. How much do you lift and how often do you lift? Well, as some of you will know, Dublin and the whole of Ireland has gone into house arrest, so gyms have to close. So I won't be lifting anything for the next 6 weeks. Which is shit. So shit, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I done my chest today. I think tomorrow's my last day where I can use the gym and they close it. I done my chest today. I never really worry about how much I lift. In terms of like chest press, I do like 232 kg weights, well, 32.5 kg weights. I could do like 4 sets of 8s, which is quite good. Considering, yeah, I think that's quite good. So I do that. In terms of my bench, I always do bench like near the end, and I always just do like, how much would I put? Like 60 kg, 70 kg, 60 kind of more. So just to do like, just to kind of finish it off. Like, and I try and do 4 sets of 10 with that. Like, I don't really go for like 1 rep max or anything like that. I'm not really into like, that's powerlifting. I'm not really into that. I don't really like that. I just like if people see me like in full blown, you'd be like, Jesus, G-man, would I be quite big enough? I'm definitely a light heavyweight now. When I'm weighing in at light heavyweight, but I'm probably still a middleweight. But I'd be kind of more like lean. My chest probably the biggest part of me. That's the one thing people always be like, fuck, you've got a chest on you. That's probably, I don't know why. It's not like I do my chest that much. I do my back and my shoulders more. That's one thing people have always been like, they've been like, fuck, you've got a chest on you. Do I do push-ups, sit-ups in the park? Well, I won't be doing them in the park now. Well, there's no park near me, but it's piss and rain in Dublin and Ireland, so incline chest press in the park. The people sit on, do 100. I don't know, man. I have to get a bench for the house. I do, because I'm gonna miss it, man. I need to. That's one thing. If I like realistically, I should have stopped boxing last year because I'm at my happiest when I'm in the gym lifting weights as opposed to box. I love doing box. I love sparring, but man, I'm at my happiest when I'm in the gym lifting weights. I really am. One of your current clients is a former pro boxer. Jesus. Oh man, that is sad. That is sad, man. Hopefully he can be found outside Ascot. Man, that is sad. I hate hearing that. Man, I hate hearing stories like that. Do you know what always irritates me? Like, I know they have a choice and they can take the hard option, which is to not do drugs, or they can take the easy option, which is to do drugs. But when you hear people who, just vilify people who are like living on the street and they're doing that, they're like, wow, they're just the other. It's like, are you perfect? Huh? No, you're not. So shut the fuck up. So like, I don't vilify them. Like, but I always say, like, take the harder option. If the harder option is, even if it's just eating an apple instead of eating a chocolate bar, take that. It benefits you in the long run. It does. Marshall versus Rankin isn't a bad fight, but definitely not pay-per-view. There again, most fights pay-per-views, yeah, they aren't. There's extra. It's bullshit. Bullshit. It is bullshit. It's like the Russians say. It is bullshit. Bullshit. G-man, if your age happens 2021, who you think wins? Going back and forth, man. Going back and forth a lot on that fight, man. I give it to Fury. I would. I'd give it to Fury on points. I'm going back and forth on that. Big up, bro. Big up, bro. You've just subscribed to Eugene, man. Man, a big up. Shout out to you. I always look right. No matter how big this channel gets or keeps growing or however it gets in the end, every single time I see the sub count go up, I'm always happy. Like I always smile when I get a new sub. I love it. So thank you. Just found you. You're very impressed. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your insight and hard work. Man, appreciate comments like that. I love comments like that. I always love comments like that, man. And yeah, no matter how big I get, I never stop smiling whenever I see new subs. You know, how many subs do I have now? I have like nearly 2.5 or 2,600 basically. Basically 2,600. I think I need like one more sub and I'm on 2,600. But I never get tired of seeing subs grow. Never get tired of it. It's just fucking I love it. I love it. It's one of the perks of YouTube. How do you see Mikey versus Pac going? Oh, Mikey versus Pac is a better fight. Much better fight. I guys beat to regularly convinced Mikey is that Mikey is a KO. Don't agree at all. Mikey won't KO Pacquiao. I can't see that happening at all. Actually, man, you're also gonna sub. I'm also gonna sub you, man. Shout out, man. Big up every single time. Big up every time, man. I love getting new subs. You know, it's like even if it's only one, even if I only get like one a day, I get a lot more than one a day. For those who don't know, I get like upwards of 10 a day. Man, I'm always happy. And man, like it's crazy because this was the channel like before lockdown. It was growing real quick. And then this was the channel during lockdown. And now that we got boxing back, it's like gone like there. Literally, that's the way it's been. Pretty boy, shout out to you, man. Big up every time. What will we talk about? We are asking Davis or Cruz. Davis. I reckon he'll miss weight. Something's telling me he's going to miss weight. Someone's telling me he's going to miss weight. 10%. Okay, fuck you. 10% battery. iPhone batteries are shite. You know, I reckon Davis will win, but I reckon he'll miss weight. He's going to steamroll Leo. He's going to steamroll Leo. Man, he is. I think you heard about me from Hatman first. Yeah, a lot of people did. Big up the Hatman every time. You know, Hatman's a good guy. I would not have one bad word to say about Hatman. No, he's a good guy. And, you know, we do chat. Him and Ade have been like loads of people. I can't just say one without naming other people because there's so many. So I'd actually feel like I'm disrespecting people if I leave them out. So there's so many people who've helped me. I try and help them too. You know, I'm getting my channels down for my next best channels out there. So I'm working on that. YouTube algorithm recommended it a month ago. Yeah, there you go. YouTube algorithms are great. When they work, they're great. You know, when they work, they are flipping great. I remember first seeing you on Addie's channel. Yeah, that was fun. That was like that was February, start of February. That was fun. Before all the madness, when we could travel. That was fun. Yeah, London was a hell of a city. I've got unfinished business here in Dublin though, so I can't leave yet. I've got unfinished business here, so I'm staying in Dublin for the long haul. But if I was ever offered something in the UK, I take it. Not now. I wouldn't take any. If any job offer for boxing came now, I would flat out refuse it. I've unfinished business here. But once that business gets finished and it all works out, which it will, it'll work out, lads. It'll all work out. It'll all work out. Then we'll see about maybe commuting back and forth from the UK or something like that. Who knows? I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking ahead, lads. Pigeon Mike Tyson. Hatman and G-Man are staples for news. It's because I work from home and I'm looking at my phone and Twitter and everything all the time. I don't use Facebook or anything like that, but I'm looking on Twitter all the time for new boxing news. You say I do a session with The Wire? Oh, man, The Wire. GamblersAdvisory.com. I actually he put a video up today. I actually have to watch it. You found your channel when you were searching for a video of Hrgovic icing that Greek waiter. Yeah, oh man. I'd love to know where some people found my channel. I'd really love to know actually, because some of the I still have subscribers who tell me they were subscribed to me like from the very beginning, from like when I had like 20 subs. I'd love to know where the people in the beginning found the channel from, because back then, like, I was really struggling. I was struggling bad just to get views and to get everything. Oh yeah. I remember the first time I watched you, it was when they were talking about Fury fighting Charles Martin before they announced that Wallen. Yeah, I remember doing that video actually. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that video. There's very few videos I remember, but that's one I remember because I have like 800 videos. I remember like looking through one evening, just some of my old videos from last year, and I was like, I don't even remember talk, and it's like I don't even remember that was a thing. It's like I remember I done a video on Fury versus Trevor Bryan, and I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't even remember doing that video, and I don't even remember that that was a thing. Maybe that's the memory going in age, but man, that's what it is. You found it through G man. I found it through Hat Man. I mean, yeah, yeah. I was wondering, like, if you go, well, to be fair, if you YouTube G Man boxing, I mean, might if you just type in G Man boxing comes up pretty much straight away. Um, so we're there more or less now. The Great Reset is one of the main sets for. I'm hearing a lot about that. See, the thing is, right? When you hear a lot of people talk about that agenda, Dan, and when I hear a lot of people talk about it, that's when I start to suspect that it's probably not gonna, you know, happen because a lot of things like this whole like that Billy Ryan interview from 2010. If you have a chance, go watch it. I only found out about that like March of this year, and like no one was talking about you know what, even a couple of years ago. That was crazy. So I don't know. When you hear about people say like Agenda 2030, I was thinking like if it's known now and people are talking about it, it's probably not going to happen. Unrivaled, yeah. Big up to Mark every time, man. Absolutely big up to him every single time. Every time. Mark's a G. I may be the G man, but Mark's a G when it comes to boxing. He knows so much about it. Where are we? Where? Oh man, no, no. Let's see Hatman versus G Man. They would do 1K tickets easy. Who's the real man? Well, Hatman is a heavyweight, right? If I was to fight, I'd be a middleweight slash super middleweight. So, who do you really think is gonna win that fight? Even though Hatman is up there in age, and I'm still in my 20s, I still wouldn't fancy my chances against Hatman, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't want to fight my mate either. Um, but I wouldn't fancy doing it. I think, man, he'd lift me off the ground with one shot. Seriously, he'd lift me off the ground with one shot, lad. So hopefully not. I don't want that to happen. You'd be very surprised if Agenda 2030 doesn't happen. Really, I have to look more into that. Man, I haven't looked into it enough. Jim, I remember these people have Agenda 30 or time minority. Hmm. Suppose. I suppose you're right there. I suppose there wasn't as much social media platforms back 10 years ago, so people might have been talking about Rona, but we just didn't hear about it. I want this to end, man. I'm sick of hearing people I know, like ourselves, being afraid of nothing, saying, well, if we lock down, we lock down. I want to have a normal Christmas. You're gonna have it anyway. Just lead by example. Just be free. Like that's the best way to do it. And don't listen to, as I said about her. I'm that woman has to. She. I don't think she's listening. She's not thinking for herself. I don't think. I mean, she's listening to way too many people, which is bullshit. Just listen to what your own mind says. Don't listen to everyone. You're trying to find out back footage. It's in one of his old videos. What video was it? I've got a weird memory, right, for certain things, right, and I'm genuinely sure that if you look at Manny Pacquiao 140 pounds and you type that in on Hatman's videos, there's a video from like 6 years ago, and I'm nearly sure that you can see footage of Hatman hitting the heavy bag in that. I'm nearly sure. I remember watching it ages ago when I was you can't see his face obviously, but I'm nearly sure that you can see some of that in that. Teddy Atlas, you see his outbursts? Not yet. I've seen some of them, but if he's done anyone, jeez, I don't know. Why you want to see YouTube channels get physical anyway? Oh well, maybe for the fun. Maybe for the fun. Maybe for the fun of just maybe two boxing YouTube channels going one on one. It'd be more fun. It'd be fun to see. Fuck them all is what I say. Best way to stop supporting this agenda is the boycott. Yeah, yeah. Protest boycott. See, the problem with Ireland is, right, man, that we've only got like 4 million people, 5 million. It's not enough. It's not enough to make a change. Greater Manchester has a bigger population than the whole country of Ireland. I think anyway. I'm fairly sure it does. It's not enough to make a change. It's not enough. We've too many people here who are just happy to give up their freedom, you know? Go asleep in a democracy, wake up in a dictatorship. Charles Martin versus Dominic Brazil will be okay. Charles Martin will win that fight. Brazil is, yeah, but Martin has improved more than Brazil. Definitely. Martin's not a bad fighter, actually. He's improved a lot since he fought AJ. He really has. He's improved a hell of a lot. So Martin isn't actually that bad. I'd give him the. I think he probably stopped Dominic Brazil because he's not a bad puncher either. No, definitely not. No, definitely not. I watched Tyson Fury when he wrestled. Well, he didn't. I don't know what the hell that was. I seen the Tyson Fury thing, but I'm no interest in that, man. Oliver, what's wrong with a dictatorship? The problem with dictatorship is that people are corrupt. All right, people are corrupt. If you look at some dictatorships like Germany, people were happy back then, but people are always open to corruption, and BS like that happens. You look at countries in the Middle East; they're dictatorships, but they're doing very well. But the problem is that a lot of people think they're in a democracy when they're not. Like, if you look at the way society is now, you're quote unquote free. You're not free. You're not fucking free at all. And if you want to get a you know what, if you don't want to get a you know what, the jab, then, and I did get the joke. But I was having a little, I was having a little tangent there, but I got the joke. But you know what I mean? If you want to get a you know what jab, or you don't want to get one, there could be repercussions. How is that free? If it's optional, it should be yes or no. Do you want it or not? Yeah, I do, or no, I don't. No repercussions. Oh God, just look at the title, Sport and Icon's most recent video. That should be a fun chat. I never watch. I don't watch. I've subscribed to Sporting, but I don't watch a lot of his videos at all. Don't watch a lot of them. Troll Network's in the building. Shout out to Troll Network every single time, bro. Good to have you in here. And we got Martin versus Brazil, snooze fest. That mightn't be. Andrade should cash out. Yeah, the guy he's fighting is yeah. And I give Demetrius Andrade a lot of credit on this channel. I always big him up, but I can't big him up for that. Yeah, you take Martin. You ever thought about boxing seriously, as in like fighting, like going like in boxing, like pro or amateur? Yeah, man, loads of times. It's just I wasn't good enough. I don't mind saying it. I'm not good enough. I know I'm not. And that's okay. And whenever I felt like I was getting to a level where I could be okay, things got in the way, and I never fully enjoyed it. To be honest with you, I enjoyed some aspects of it, but I never enjoyed it that much. And look, I don't mind. Like, people say you're knocking yourself, and I don't knock myself. Sometimes I'm honest. I wasn't good enough. I know I'm not good enough. The only thing I can really do is people tell me I hit hard. That's the only thing. I'm not good enough, and I don't mind it. I'm good at other things. I'm good at talk about boxing, and I'm good at other things. So that's okay. Boxing's maybe not for me in that sense. That's all right. That's fine. It's okay. Man, you officially rate me as a legend in the making, man. Loads of people have said that, man. Hopefully, man. Hopefully look back on this channel like in years, like, and it's like 100k subs, and Man's rocking it. It's Man's rock's good to go, and that's all. So that's what I got to say on that. Now, literally look at the title. Apparently, Pulev. No. Is he just clickbaiting? Or is he actually, where is he getting that? Is he serious? That could be just clickbaiting. No. And Charles Martin as replacement. Haha, the rematch we all want to see. Oh man, that could be a slugfest. Yeah, I think it could be a slugfest, and Brazil would be a slugfest. I mean, I'm telling you now, I think that could be. That could be. Benson reported it a few days ago. I didn't see that, man. I check his channel or his page all the time. I hadn't seen that. If we're talking about Pulev, then I haven't seen that, man. It's weird. G man, good channel, been here for ages. Quality, man. Big up to everyone who's been here for a while. I think I'd love to know how long some of the guys have been subbed to me for. That's the weird thing. Like when I see people who've been like subbed to me for like since like January 2019 when I pretty much started, it's just like respect. Man, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, but I've always been consistent enough though to be fair. Always been consistent enough to be fair. Maybe you should be a trainer or commentator. Commentary, definitely. Definitely. I loved commentating. I love commentating on fights. I love trying to anyway. So there we go. That's what I want to try. I'm gonna check Benson's page there real quick. That's what I want to go down. It's like I said though, even if I was offered a role as a commentator now, like where I am now in life, I wouldn't take it. I'd take it at some other stage though. Definitely. But right now I've got unfinished business in my current job and in life, which involves the job. So I ain't going anywhere yet. I ain't going anywhere yet. Too many box papers coming up. Absurd. The Sky putting football. What? Really? Jesus, man. Fuck me, man. I did see that. I did see Canelo Bar Frank Sanchez. You see the speed. Before I said, yeah, I thought that all right. I've seen fake Benson accounts as well. Pay-per-view football as well. Man, and as well as that, right? Like we're in a fucking recession, trying to lessen the impact of people and like their finance, and they start charging people. It's fucking crazy. You started the boxing channel and stopped. Felt like I sounded ignorant. No, whoa. That no, man, never. Don't do that, man. If that's what you want to do it, man. Don't. I feel like I do videos and I'm thinking I didn't sound good in that. Maybe because I'm a harsh critic sometimes, but nah, man. You make a channel, you should stick with that, man. You never know what might happen. You know, never know what might happen. Definitely not. Jesus, no, man. If you're making a channel and you keep at it, just let us know. I'll even try and plug you as well if you want. Ain't no problem with that. Seriously, if that's what you want to do, you should keep at it, 100%. I don't feel like I don't like. I look at me like I think I'm okay at what I do, but I know there's better than me, people better than me, but I'm improving. I'm always improving. You can always improve. But back to that comment actually. Where was it? Where was that comment? I'll just bring it back up on screen there. Man, you should keep with that boxing channel, 100%. You start doing any other videos, let me know, and I'll plug some on the community tab for you. I'll give you a shout out, whatever you need. But don't stop, man. Feel like you sound nah, man. If you want to do something with YouTube boxing videos, keep going. 100%. Don't just nah, man. You're never gonna know until you try. And just keep trying. That's why if you think that you sound like ignorant compared to me and Ade or someone like that, well, that's why you need to improve. So just improve. You'll get better. I was shit. Look at my old videos. They're shit. I don't mind saying that. They were shit compared to what they are now. So you'll get there. I'm sure Mark on Rival debunked the Pulev rumor coming from fake again. Yeah. Yeah, there's a fake Twitter account as well. I've seen a few fake Benson pages as well. So pay-per-view needs to be £10. £10, €12. That'd be appropriate. I wouldn't mind paying that. You have to give Eddie Hearn credit. He wouldn't charge £15 for Southampton versus West Ham. I think that's fucking bullshit. Football. Seriously. Do you think Aaron McGregor's not having a rematch contract in the clause? Would judge it by the numbers they done on ESPN, maybe. They could still do a rematch. Like just because there's no rematch clause doesn't mean they can't do it. But no, maybe no. And at the end of the day, he was the one criticizing Eddie Hearn for the rematch clauses, so he'd be sounding pretty fucking silly if he went and did it. If the World Boxing Super Series did a heavyweight tournament, who does hashtag G Man's Rocks? There you go. Always put in there. Um, Obviously, like if they would, like this is hypothetical. You put Fury, Wilder, Joshua, White, Usyk, and I'd stick Parker in there. So that's 6. So do we need 8? We need 8, don't we? So pick Parker. I would stick Dubois and Joyce winner in. If he'd take it, I'd put Herkovich in there as well. And it would depend on like who and where they are. But like stylistically, I wouldn't actually be shocked if we saw Fury Usyk final. Seriously, we'll be shocked about that. G-Man's right, D. Lewis. We're all bad at some things, but we got to stick with it. Yeah, it's called learning. That's it. That's it, man. It's called learning and not giving up. Because I'll tell you one thing, right? I could have given up on a certain someone because, as far as I was concerned, up until July, I'd never see her again. And even when I thought I'd never see her again, I still never gave up no one thinking I'd see her again. And, you know, worked out. Well, it's not worked out yet, but who knows? Unfortunately, you have a vision of Pulev beating AJ. I can't see it, man. Can't see it, man. I cannot see that. Jesus, I really, I can't. I was doing a video last night. Well, I didn't record it. I didn't finish it. I was talking about the possibility of Pulev winning, and I was just like stopped, and I was like, I can't see it. I was like, so I just leaving the record, and I was just like, I can't see it. I can't see it. Cashing out, wanting the Premier matches to move abroad. Oh Jesus Christ! Dan, yeah, I don't watch the Premier League much anymore. I watched football really when I'm out with my mates. If we're going to the pub or anything like that, then I'll watch it. And I know a lot about football anyway, so I'd be able to hold conversations, but I don't watch it religiously like I used to. We can't see Fury in the final. Oh yeah, that bullshit. Fuck me. I have no idea. That I'd like to know. They're talking about Ryder versus Lemieux. Ryder wins that fight. Ryder wins that fight. Give me 2 secs there, peeps. I want to just do one thing quick. Need to. Yeah, sorry about that, peeps. I had to turn the heating off because fuck me, it was getting hot in here. Oh man, it was getting hot in here. Jesus Christ. GGG versus Frotch. I think Triple G would have won that fight. Don't know why. I just think Triple G would have won that fight. Don't know why I think that. I think the Triple G would have, a prime Triple G would have got some good jabs. I think Triple G would have won that fight. Would you rather see Billy Joe Saunders versus Martin Murray or Rocky Fielding? Neither, man. Neither. But who would I pick out of the two? Murray, he's durable. Rocky Fielding, nah, man. We can't. Nah, man. I give Martin Murray. I give it to Martin Murray. They neither of them really, but what do you do with these judges? O'Connor needs to be struck off way too inconsistent, no accountability for turning in those sort of scorecards. I talked about it earlier, man. We need to get someone like, as I said earlier, what I would do is I would just say, right, me and Terry O'Connor sit down, no Fs, no anything. And I'll just be like, right, watch it round by round. Why did you give that round to this fighter? What did you see in that round that I didn't? Do you know, that's what I'd say. Or we could just do that because it does. It needs an overhaul. Needs a serious overhaul. Salute the pigeon. Yeah. Billy Joe Saunders might fight Zach Parker. Who knows? Yeah. Honestly, I'm nearly sure Zach Parker is Billy Joe's mandatory. Seriously, I genuinely am sure, or thought they were anyway, that Zach Parker was Billy Joe's mandatory. Zach Parker is not he's okay, but I I don't think Rowan Murdoch. I mean, that was Commonwealth level. I think Zach Parker be out of his depth, and he's already got a gift decision over Darrell Williamson. So Zach Parker, he is what he is. But yeah, I don't, I don't think they're going to take that fight anyway. Like they would make Zach Parker versus Billy Joe. I'd heavily favor Billy Joe over Zach Parker. I really would. But you know, Zach Parker, he's not a bad fighter, but he's just. I think he's hit his ceiling. I think he's peaked. Have I ever seen bare knuckle entertainment? Like I've watched Lobov a few times. Artem Lobov. It's entertaining enough. I gotta admit it. It is entertaining. And yeah, no. I didn't mean to click that Toby ring. Go back in a sec. No judge have a phone ringside exactly. But just because there's bad blood there. Yeah, that's it. Actually, they'll sell that because Billy Joe pulled out twice. He pulled out twice to the fight last year. Did I see the interview with Rob Smith? They said it all. I doubt anything changes. I haven't seen it, but I did hear Rob Smith say that basically that in no basically they're going to do flipping nothing. Zach Park was okay. He was injured. His shoulder went. That was a bad robbery. Yeah, I remember that. I remember he had an injury in that fight. All right, but that was a bad robbery though. But it's even still like I think Parker would have, even if he was fighting fit, he would have probably still lost that fight. Well, you know what I mean. He would have still it might have been a closer fight to the point where you might not have said robbery, but that was a robbery. Zach Parker's last fight was for Billy Joe. If he beats Canelo. So I don't know if he's still mandatory. I hope so. Oh yeah. He's never beaten. Remember, I think he even maybe called out Canelo or something like that. Was like, I'd love the Canelo fight. Sure, the camera's okay. Yeah, Parker is what he is, but Zach Parker ain't no great shakes. No offense to the guy, I'm sure he's a nice guy, Zach Parker, but yeah, he's no great shakes. Yeah, Williams never boxed again. He's not boxed since then. It's been 2 years, so he took that L. He took that L hard. You really rate John Ryder. Yeah, he's improved something. He's improved immensely, lad. He is really. Ryder is underrated, similar to Galahad. Yeah, that's a good comparison actually. Like not in terms of style, but in terms of like the risk. And although I think Ryder was more clear the winner than Galahad was against Warrington. You know that fight was close, but I really thought that John Ryder beat Cam Smith and he beat him like pretty clearly in my eyes. Like seriously, it was just I don't know, man. Loma versus 130 right now. Where do you think he lands? Burchell's number one. Miguel Burchell's number one. I would love to see him versus Miguel Burchell. I think that's an absolute cracker of a fight. I think that's a cracker of a fight. What do I think of Michael Mackinson and Chris Congo? I haven't seen a lot of Michael Mackinson, but I've seen Chris Congo. Chris Congo is looking solid. A few little things he needs to improve on. But for the most part, I think Chris Congo was solid. I would actually say he's probably past British level now. At this stage, probably European level. Chris Congo is a good fighter. Definitely, Chris Congo is very good. Very good fighter. Plant is a good boxer. Yeah, Cala Plant is very good. I was disappointed. We didn't get to see him fight. He was meant to fight a couple of weeks ago, but we didn't get to see him fight. So disappointed about that. I was looking forward to seeing Cala Plant fight. I really was. Like Cala Plant. Callum Smith just needs to fight. Give him Liam Smith for all I care. Yeah, two brothers. If that's what it takes for a fight. Yeah, Callum Smith is I don't know, man. Callum Smith is just I don't know. Smith versus Saunders better happen 2021. I want to see it, man. I want to see it in 2021. That's what I want. I hope so. Hope we get it. It's a good fight. If neither gets Canelo, fight each other. So it's like, right, don't wait for Canelo. We'll make the fight, you know? We'll do it. Congo versus Liam Taylor, ordered by the board. Oh, I'd give that to Congo, man. Definitely. McKenton is top British level, is well into European. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you on that. I think Congo is European at this stage. Salido, I'm like, fuck you. Sorry, peeps. I'm just gonna charge the phone. Fucking phone died. The iPhone battery is so shit. It's not even funny. So they made the blueprint how to beat Loma. Loma can't beat them in a tunnel anymore. I think he might struggle. No. I think 130 he'll still be okay. He'll still look impressive for 130. Might look as impressive, and I'd say Birchall will give him a good go. Birchall was a great fight. That's a really good fight, Miguel Birchall. Really good plant. Cattle plant. Well, Jamel, I'm sure you mean Jamal. Jamal, because Jamel is the 154 pounder. So if you move up 2 weight classes, I think you mean Jamel or Jamal. Yeah, Jamal. I pick him over either of them. I pick him over either of them personally. When you've got a slick boxer like Plant, both Charlos are going to struggle like hell. Both are going to struggle like hell. I'd like to see more Linda Sadolfa. He looks well. Yeah, he does. He looked actually quite good in his last fight. I'd seen him fight a few times, and I was thinking kind of, he's all right. But yeah, I have to say, he looked very good in his last fight. He did. He did. He looked very good in his last fight. What? How long have we been streaming for? Because I only came on planning to do like an hour. Like, yeah, he meant that. I only came on planning to fight that Dave Colwell wants Gil to fight Kiko. Ooh, that might not go well. That might not end well. Kiko Martinez is still useful. Yeah, how long have we been going for? I only wanted to do an hour and 40 basically. Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna hit the hour and 40 mark, then call it. So we've got another few minutes, little bit of time left. So I'm looking at the clock there. So I'll see if I can get another comment. Adolfo was decent. Interesting here with Bentley and Heffron winner. It would actually wouldn't be a bad shout. Gorman versus Price early 20. I don't know what Price is doing, whether he's going to come back or not. Him against Gorman. That's actually a good shout, man. That's not a bad shout at all. Well, mind seeing him against Gorman, actually, now that I think about it. It's not actually a bad fight. I give it to Gorman. Gorman needs to get his arse in shape because he did not look good at all against Lata. Yeah, he got the win, but he got the rounds in, but no way, man. He looked very poor. David Price, God only knows what he's going to do next. God only fucking... Like, David Price, I just don't know. You reckon... Why did I do that? You reckon Billy Joe beats Callum Smith? The longer Callum Smith is out of the ring, the harder he is going to have to make 168. That's what I will say. Thoughts on the Friday night card with Gonzalez and Martinez? Great card. We're seeing the rematch of Quadras and Estrada. Quadras will win that. Fucking Estrada win that. Jesus. What was I saying? Gonzalez is a good fighter. He was robbed against Jafai. And Martinez, I think we'll see him look spectacular. So that's what it is. What delays with Terror Concentration? Any updates? None. We'll get them. But God only knows when. You actually think Style Falls been? Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you're right, Dan. And hashtag G-Man's rocks big up every time. Right, peeps? I'm going to call it quits here. All right, I've been going for an hour. I only meant to do an hour. I've done an hour and 40. It's been a good little chat this evening. We talked about all sorts of different things. All sorts of different things. So, peeps, I'm going to call it quits here. Right? Have a great evening or night or wherever you are in the world. How many likes did we actually get on this? 41 likes. There you go, man. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. Hashtag G-Man's rocks. See you. Dan, if you haven't already seen that link I left, right? It's about, I think, the 12-minute mark. The 12-minute mark, he starts talking about you know what. He calls Project Avalon or something like that. I think that's what he calls it. But give that a look and even click on the video or let me know what you thought. Well, that's something to give a look at because it's actually quite good. Hashtag G-Man's rocks. Yes, every time. Hashtag G-Man's rocks. G-Man's rocks. Peace, G-Man. In a bit, mate. Lads, I'm calling it here. You've been fucking fantastic as always. There we go. Nice one. Never at shore. Be good. You've been great as always. Will do. Shout out Dan every time. And peeps, I'll look into that mirror project actually as well because I only glanced at it there. So peeps, I'll talk to you. Probably get a video tomorrow at some stage. And live stream Saturday or Sunday. Probably Sunday. So I'll see you then, lads. Peace.